Hello, everybody, and welcome to Creature Corner, GDQ Hotfix's special show that features non-human protagonist characters for games. Games with non-human character protagonists. I can speak. It's been a long week. I'm sure y'all all enjoyed SGDQ just as much as I did. And because I did enjoy SGDQ so much, I figured I'd bring on a runner from SGDQ to run something really, really cool, a game I've been wanting to show on this show for a long time. So let's get into it. This is Astro Bot Any Percent by DDud5.
Hello everybody, welcome in. We got Astro Bot, and like Satan just said, I just finished up my Spider-Man 2 run at SGDQ, but we're going straight from that and going into practicing Astro Bot and doing a run today for that. So this will be good. This will be regular any percent. I am joined here by Commander Fox, pretty much the main mod for Astro Bot. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. Hello, I'm Commander Fox Q. I'm one of the Speedrun.com moderators for Astro Bot and Astro's Playroom, and I run all the categories. Really excited to watch this amazing run from VDUD.
Yes, and this is going to be good. Going off of a double feature here with having just done Horizon, so I'm sure I'm still going to be performing at peak ability here. But yeah, let's just get started. I shall press new game. You can start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
Honestly, the start of this run is just getting to actual levels. This game has it's very rigid, where you are just going into a level, you get as many bots as you can, you exit the level, you go to the next level. But for the start of the game, we're just actually getting into the first level here. It's just skipping cutscenes.
Yeah, and we're already using a trick here where we're cutscenes where we don't have the skip button available. We're gonna use the title screen to go to the title and then load back in our game to skip those cutscenes. So we have to do that twice there.
Yeah. And we're gonna be doing that pretty much every time we get to that scenario.
So Astro Bot, this is 3D platformer from last year, one game of the year. It's pretty fun game. We have 300 bots in this game. Well, the base game, there's DLC now, but we only have to collect. I say only, but we have to collect 200 out of those 300 bots in order to progress through any percent here. So this isn't just going to be like finishing every level as fast as possible. It's actually going to include a lot of routing of knowing which bots to pick up and which we want to skip.
Yeah, and when Vita says a lot of routing, he does mean a lot of routing. This game has gone through so many layers of routing over the months. We started off with like very different routes, and we sort of came down to a general optimal route, but still there's so many different ways that you can do the run. Yeah, like the way Beta does it isn't necessarily going to be the same way that the world record does it, and it's not necessarily going to be the same way that you have to do it if you get into the run. Yeah, getting into Sky Garden here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I'm just gonna say that flower is so annoying. If you get too close to it while you're spinning it, it will knock you back and you just lose a couple seconds just because you're too close. There's a bunch of really small things in this game that just will decide to just lose you 2 seconds. Just because you're slightly off.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna, one little step to the left and it's gonna ruin your whole day pretty much.
For such a warm and friendly game, it's brutal.
It really is.
Well, we're going to be getting into our first power-up here. It's the Bloom power-up. This one, we've sort of figured out the optimal way to use it is to not use it. The less time you spend in the balloon, the faster you are. So we're using it the least amount of time as possible, mainly just to raise up and down. And we just missed a skip there, or not a skip, but an optimization Vita does where he jumps and hovers to enter the water, because if you're already going down when you enter the water, you actually end up going faster when you're swimming down to reach the bottom.
Alright, and that's the first level done. So throughout all these levels, in order to unlock the next one, we do have to like fly through it. So we have like 23 seconds to just like look at the ending scene with each one of these. I think it's more like 15-ish seconds, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, around there. Now we're going to be entering the next level. You might be surprised to find out that we're not going to be finishing this level the normal way. We are going to be going and getting 4 bots, but we are actually going to be looping back and getting the secret exit. Mainly just because the rest of the level, the bots are very spread out, and it just takes a long time to do that. Plus then we also get access to a secret level after this.
And why would we want to do the secret level in particular?
Oh yeah, because when you get to do the secret levels, all the secret levels have bots in them. And as Speedruns said earlier, we have to get to 200 bots to reach the final boss. 200 bots in this game is a lot. You kind of have to get almost every bot that you possibly can. There are some slight optimizations where you get one bot over the other, but most of the time we're just getting any bot that's on the way and a few extras. And going into these secret levels means that we're able to get more bots without having to enter a new level. That's another thing. Entering a level is slow. You don't want to do it if you don't have to.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting into the secret levels is fast.
So something in this level is we have these froggy gloves. So something that made Astro Bot a very good game is that it uses a lot of unique power-ups. And as a speedrun, like, we'll have some pretty unique tech with all of them too. So you can already see, like, I'm getting some of the bots by like charging up a spin attack. And does this like big thing around. And then sometimes I can use the gloves in midair to like stall my airtime to make longer jumps sometimes.
They'll be very important later in the run. There's also, like, you don't understand how complex these power-ups are. You think, oh, it's punching, you're just punching things. There is so much minutia to it. If you play the speedrun levels that came as DLC for this game, you'll know that there's a trick called a pogo, where for some reason, if you go onto those red bars that you normally just grab and swing under, if you run on the top of it, punch and jump, you just get launched into the sky for no reason. We don't have uses for that in any percent yet, but I will be really excited to see when it maybe eventually might happen.
Yeah, I've got to say, like, there's 15 DLC levels out now. New Wave just released last week, and like this community, the speedrun community, is so insane with the DLC levels. Like, they're incredibly active to just shave off milliseconds at a time, and it's crazy, like, stuff that would never be viable for any percent. Seeing them pull it off in these like IL DLC level runs. So like, I think there's a lot of people that don't understand that this scene exists in Astro Bot speedrunning. So if you ever have a chance, go check out some of the network runs, and especially that Froggy level from DLC 1, because you'll see
spring-loaded run.
Yeah, the spring-loaded one. You'll see exactly what Commander was talking about there.
Yeah, and honestly, if those speedrun levels interest you, we have so many resources and so many people that are always willing to help and just look at your run and see what you might be missing on our Discord server through speedrun.com. You can find the link over there. There's just so many friendly people that are always there to help out and figure things out.
Okay, I'm gonna just try and do this trick. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so what I did there was I did this, it's not frame perfect, but it's a tight window where you have to hit the bot and press pause at the same time, and it gets the bot. You can see by looking at like your bot icon, like what bots you've gotten in the world and which ones you haven't when you pause. If that icon's up, then that means that you got the bot perfectly when you hit it, and you have the option to return to menu without having to sit through that 4-second animation every time you get a bot. So we can only utilize it when we're like going to leave a level, and we don't like need to actually finish the level with that like in-level goal. So like that's up to consideration when we did like a lot of the routing and why it took so long, especially with like the lost levels, is like a lot of them kept getting like routed in and out because we realized like there's different time save that can apply to them that wouldn't apply to a regular level run that's required.
And you might be thinking, why don't we just do that for every single final bot in each level? It's because we have to land on the finish platform to unlock the next level. So there's only a couple these secret levels. We pretty much do it for everyone. And some levels, the way the map works is that sometimes you have to beat a level to go. Sometimes you have to beat a level to continue no matter what. Sometimes there's two possible options and you only have to beat one of them. When that's the case and we are playing both levels, then yeah, we can do it for the level that is slower to finish.
I do love this because it's really cool that the any % routing is actually going to include loads of stuff that people probably wouldn't see in their any % playthrough of this game.
Oh, loads. If you've only played this game casually, you've seen like 30% of the game. There's so much to this game that is just locked behind speedrunning it, which is just awesome.
Whole new world.
Yeah, I think I'll try to do the
Nice.
exit glitch here again.
That's 2 for 2.
Nice.
And
Popping
with the
off.
tough climb as well. That is hard geometry.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
yeah,
kind of like
that's very hard.
It's a thing in like a few 3D platformers, but yeah, you kind of like have to use like a slope incline to kind of like get yourself a little bit more height than what you actually would be able to normally. So you have to go out right at the exact right angle to kind of like get that good height to reach that bot.
You also have to keep sprint speed. If you're a casual player, you might be wondering, what is sprint speed? Oh, it's not. You're not pressing a button the whole time or anything like that. No, it's when you keep running for a certain amount of time. It's about like 3 seconds. Astro will just start running faster. If you get hit or you stop moving, anything like that, you'll run slower again for 3 seconds. That's why you might see a lot of these like long jumps that B-Dud's doing and think, I can't do that. How is he going so far? It's usually because he has sprint speed and he's using all of this speed to conserve his momentum to get across the gap.
I never knew this was a Sonic game.
Gotta go fast.
Even more creature. You know what? I'll
Yeah.
take it.
B-Dud, you gotta unlock the Ratchet skin and then just like, or just unlock any creature skin and then go
Yeah.
change to it.
That would be great. I don't even remember what like we need puzzle pieces for that, don't we?
You know, it's time loss. It's required time loss. You know, you'd have to do it.
I'll leave it up to the player.
We'll just turn this into an all puzzle speedrun.
Oh,
Exactly,
perfect.
Just listen
for real,
to
this
Satan,
game
like,
is-
it's like wanting this so much.
But for real, I've been so excited to have this game on Creature Corner because as much as I love, you know, my little animals and our little buddies, I mean, playing a game as a robot is just as much a departure from, you know, being a human as much as anything else is. And I think Astro Bot just does so well with all of its incredible movement options and its theming around you being a little robot. And then of course it's got a lot of creatures in it too, robot creatures, other creatures. It's just it's kind of a paradise. For this
I think it's
show,
only robot creatures, to be honest. Like
Yeah,
even the
no,
ones
you're
that
right.
you think
I think
are
it's all
regular
robots.
creatures. Yeah, you look at them
Yeah,
and you're
I
like,
think
wait
you're
a
right.
second, those are mechanical components.
It's so cool. This game's art design and everything is just awesome.
Oh, I could go on and on about just the tiny details in this game. Like how when it rains, you see the cross and square on where the rain droplets land. The grass is like little computer bits. Just so many little things that are just.
Wait, it
all
is?
this
Oh, that's
detail.
actually
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah,
This game's awesome.
like they're like wires.
So cool. Anyways, Vita's been gaming in the background of us gushing about
True.
this game.
It's been using the dog power up. We'll probably talk about the dog power up later. It's one of the most common ones. But generally in your dog power up, you want to go fast, you do short boosts. If you can do 2 short boosts in the same amount of distance as 1 long boost, you're going to be going faster. We're going to be using this power up a million times. They really love the dog power up. But soon here we'll be getting into our first boss. We had to get 20 bots to get in here, and you see each time we have to fight a boss, we're going to need a certain amount of bots to get there. So sometimes we get a bunch of bots before we actually get to the boss. Yeah, just depending on how fast the bots are.
Yeah, and that requirement definitely scales as we get further up. So we might be like, you might think, oh, we have more bots than what we need at this point, but like it goes from like 20 to like 60, 100, then like 160, then 200, something like that. So like we sometimes will get extra. We've routed it so that we'll get some extra bots early, so that it works towards the final 200 bot counter that we need to get at towards the end of the run.
There are also a couple times where you might want to get an extra bot because a certain skip might be too hard later in the run, so it's like a backup, depending on how confident you are of certain skips. We'll see later. There's a skip that got really hard in a recent update. Oof. There's a skip that got really hard in a recent update. Yeah, that's like 30 seconds. Unfortunate.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those flying construction beams.
Those I-beams are very pace dependent. Like if you're going really fast, they'll be on a completely different cycle than if you're going slightly slow. Like even if you're just going a little bit slow. Or if you do a boost before a jump, is different from a jump after a boost. This is some of the easiest spots to lose time on, even if you think you know the run.
Yeah, and if it's not obvious, like, you're supposed to use them across all those buildings, so those first 2 buildings too, like, you're not expected for a casual player to be able to cross the dog jetpack. But, yeah, so it can be quite tight jumps.
Here's our first boss.
Yeah, so the bosses everyone has interesting strategies, but this boss is pretty standard for the most part.
Every time save in this boss fight is like under half a second. There are time saves, but they're so incredibly minimal. Like boosting into this invisible wall so that you destroy the glass earlier. It saves like a couple frames, but it's worth going for anyways. There's a couple other stuff like that. Just later in the run, like standing off to one side when he shoots these enemies at you causes the enemies to be slightly closer, and he'll grab the next bell when you kill 4 of the 5. So just tiny things like that add up. But you'll see later in the run, a lot of the other bosses have some pretty interesting skips and strategies. There's another fun one. You go off the cliff so that you keep your sliding speed for as long as possible before doing a short boost. The short boosts are better than long boosts. Another just really small thing.
And
you tell I'm trying to dial for this too much. Yeah.
Got a true expert here. We got 2 true experts here. It's awesome.
All right, that's the first boss down. Our first boss creature down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
there's going to be one more skip here at the end of a level. You might think it's over, but we actually want to boost against this invisible wall because the end trigger actually gets thrown out of bounds. So if we hit at the right time, bam, we can hit the skip cutscene a couple seconds early.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's so fun.
That one's a unique one. So we have our first like post-boss level here. This is like a special world at the end of every nebula that's based off of a popular like PlayStation IP. So this first one's based off of Apex Escape, which a few devs at Asobi used to work on Apex Escape. So it's like a nice touch to have this be their like first like homage level to other IPs. I'm gonna do a kind of newish strat here that Moxie found. Moxie is the current world record holder and has found a lot of cool stuff, but yeah, it's kind of we're that close, we can have that push us up.
Not gonna lie, I've seen that strat before. I've never been able to pull it off. It's harder than it looks.
Yeah, you gotta kind of spam jump because you don't really get a footing on it. So you just gotta have to hope that you get a footing at some point when you jump, that it's gonna give you the height that you need to reach the top.
Like you'll just slide off of it if you don't jump in the right time.
Here, sprint is very important, and I say that as I lost it to clear that jump. So, like, this level, I feel like I'm constantly losing sprints, and I know that this is a level where I would normally, like, just lose a lot of time, and I wouldn't figure out why. And it all comes down to sprint speed. Like, it's very important in this speed run, so we try to line things up, even if it doesn't seem like the most direct path to the bot. Sometimes we line things up to make sure that we maintain the sprint speed and don't actually have it get messed up at any point.
Sprint speed, like I said, it's one of the most important things that casual players probably don't know about. It was also a thing in Astro's Playroom. If you ever played that game, you might wonder, hey, why am I so slow all of a sudden? It's because of that. But luckily, I say luckily, thank you, Asobi devs. They made it faster to get sprint speed in this game. In Astro's Playroom, it was around 10 to 12 seconds of running in a straight line before you actually got your speed back. And if you got hit at any point, if you hit a ledge, you just lose instantly. In this game, it's more like 3 seconds of running in a semi-straight line. It doesn't really have to be a straight line. And you get it back. Which makes things much easier.
Like, if it's... I'm frustrated by, like, losing time to it in this game. I can't imagine, like, how much it would feel in Playroom. Like, especially with that run being so short, yeah, it's like the run's just dead at that point.
Oh yeah, my PB in any percent in Playroom has, like, I lost sprint speed so many times, and that lost me like 2 minutes easy.
Spectre, please. Thank you. We caught a Spectre creature. Yay.
Yay. I love creatures.
I do too.
No way, really? That's crazy.
Maybe. It's possible.
How can I be sure? How can I believe you?
Well, I just made a paw pun. So I think you can.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, there we go.
She qualifies.
And bots.
It was a bit rough.
Oh.
So we're back at the crash site now. We'll make a visit back to the crash site after every time we beat a nebula. We got some nice motion control physics here. Basically 2 pounds and then, like, put your hammer off the nail is the fastest way to go about this. Like, you would think, like, just keeping your hammer down would be the best, but, like, for some reason the game's like, oh, the hammer's not, like, on the nail. I guess we should go on to the next thing if you take it off after finishing. So it does actually save a little bit of time by doing that. But yeah, for every crash site here, we're basically rebuilding a component for the PlayStation. Some of these will have some small strats, but for the most of the time, it's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be as intensive as, like, the 3D platforming jumps and tight skips that we might be performing in all the other levels. But definitely some cool, like, motion control optimizations that can be made here and there.
You say that. There are very small things. I found out the hard way that if you toss the item in the air, you lose like a second. It makes no sense. You should be holding it. You can press skip. You can throw it up in there. You press skip. It should be the same. It's not. There's always very tiny things.
When I started doing runs, I was like, oh, let's toss this because it felt like the prompt came up right after I threw it. But yeah, it does end up losing you time if you throw up the component after you fully finish building it. Yeah.
Now we're in the crash site. Best thing about the crash site is that the bots have no animations when you hit them. So we essentially want to get as many bots in the crash site as we physically can. So we're running over here to get this one that normally we're supposed to get later.
Oh,
but we get it.
I'm sorry, friend.
No!
Oh, no.
Okay, I think that actually helped me. I wasn't paying attention, but I think that actually teleported him into the spot, which is something that I've never thought about doing before.
New tech being developed live on GDQ Hotfix right now, chat.
Whoa.
We won't worry about the by accident part. It's yeah.
07's in the chat for that bot.
07's in the chat. I would love to see that.
That's interesting that you kill that glooper there. There is also
that's more of a safety strat.
Yeah. Well, the
Because
best thing about gloopers is that when you jump on their heads, it restarts their attack animation. Oh wait, let's see this.
Boom.
No way, first try. No way.
First
That trick
try.
is so hard.
I think I'm the
That
only
is
one
one
that
of the
goes
hardest
for
ones.
it.
Dragon
That was
also does.
very
but
clean too.
That skip, we were trying to theorize for ages. We tried to come up with some way. We couldn't for so long. Finally, I think it was Dragon that found it. We found a way to finally get up there without having to build the bot wall that allows you to normally run up there.
Yeah, it saves 5 seconds, I think.
Something
5 or
like
6. Which is like, not a lot, but there's a lot of saves, like time saves that, like, especially with where the run is right now, where we like kill for time saves like 5-6 seconds because we're scraping for like a second, half a second time saves now, pretty much, in order to optimize the run.
As a community, we're trying to get to sub 2 hours. We're so close. I think like community golds is like 201, 20 flat. We're so close, but we just need to add up these very small time saves, and eventually we'll get there, and it'll be so hype.
It'll
See
be
the video
amazing.
essay now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The speedrun history video, that would be amazing.
that'd be so awesome.
It would be.
Yeah.
This game's so cool.
We do have a one from Gaffy Taffy that did a history for the first 2 months the game came out, and that first 2 months was packed with how the routing was going. So it's actually it's a very cool and interesting video. It's also cool because I've never really seen, especially for modern PlayStation games, there's not a lot of history documentation type stuff made, so seeing it for Astro Bot was really cool.
Alright, this power-up, if you haven't run the game, or even if you have, you might be thinking, oh, I hate this power-up, it's so annoying to control. Let me tell you, when you're going fast, it's even harder, but it's very fun and satisfying and hard. Essentially, you do use motion controls when you're trying to go fast, because you can turn off motion controls. If you're struggling with motion controls, you can turn them off. It's not that much slower. It loses about 20 seconds over the course of the run. Some top runners like Cryo do use it. But the one downside of not using motion controls is that when you get to a bar, it's incredibly slow to swing off of it. You start from 0 speed. But yeah, what VDOT is doing is essentially he's just holding the controller vertically and just shaking it back and forth and spamming L2 and R2 in sync with how he's shaking the controller. And if you're fast enough, you can climb super fast.
I have to unplug my controller for that because the cable just goes flying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had it plugged in during that first climb. I'm like, oh my god, the wire's getting tangled around all my hands.
Oh no. That's giving me flashbacks. I used to play with my controller plugged in all the time because it just had really bad battery problems. And every time I got to climbing, it would just hit something else in my room. The wire would just go, it would go on its own.
Our motion control shenanigans. It was fun playing a game like this where having to utilize motion controls in a speedrun. I thought I would be pretty bad at it, and I mean I was a little bit bad at this climbing at the start, but it really warmed up to me, and I really like the idea of doing more motion controlled speedrun stuff.
Alright, here's a very important trick coming up. Normally you have to fight a boss at the end here. It takes 40 seconds. What we figured out is that there's a secret exit here. Normally, you might have to finish the level, but you can phase through it like that. Good job.
Oh,
it's not as easy
nice.
as it looks. You do have to grab the hold. You have to grab the hold and let go almost instantly, while also moving forward It's tough, and you have to get the right height off the bar too.
Yeah, it is really tough. I remember it took me like 50 tries before I got it once, the first time I ever looked at this, and like I saw somebody in Discord was like, wow, I found this thing. I'm like, I was trying to like for an hour to replicate it, and I'm just like, man, this is never gonna be speedrun viable. But it's really like, I can get it within like 2 to 4 tries every single attempt now. It's just like, it's not really like too hard. You just have to understand, like, you have to hit it once to understand like the muscle memory of what you need to hit, I guess. And then you kind of know what you're aiming for. It's so hard to figure that out though for your first time. But yeah, it skips like that whole boss at the top, so.
Yep. And it skips about like 40
Also, I think I
seconds to a
can
minute.
speak for chat in saying that I don't think that looked easy at all. Like, not at all. It looks like a very difficult trick that you pulled off really quickly.
Well, here, Beta becomes someone that can just fly, it seems. It's walking on invisible platforms, because normally you grab the light so that you can see the platforms, but if you already know where all the platforms are, you don't need the light. The only reason he grabs light here is because you need it to activate the bot here.
But I missed.
No!
I'm gonna try, oh, never mind. I was gonna try to do the bot animation skip thing, but...
This is another point
Because-
where route differences make a difference. Some people go for the 5th bot in this level because there is a really long out of bounds skip. That's really cool. If you want to see it, watch Moxie's world record. But you essentially just go over all these like fences off, like way in Narnia, to get to this last spot. But it's very hard and slightly inconsistent. So some people decide just, no, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna get a safer bot that's only a little bit slower.
It's the downsize level. It's mouse level. So this has a very cool power-up that we abuse a lot of speedrunners. Oh, no, 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 no,
don't die, don't die!
Yeah, if you miss that cage, that big enemy like walks up behind you, so I was very scared of that happening.
How did you survive that? That's crazy.
I
I've
don't
never seen
know.
anyone survive that.
Wild,
Probably
huge
just
save.
runs at you and kills you. Yeah. Yeah, this is an awesome IL run. If you want to see it, it's insane. Like, there's this whole roundabout level that you're playing, and the IL just kind of goes in a straight line up the tower and just skips everything. Just fully abuses this level, or this power-up.
And there was a small reroute for this level that I haven't implemented yet, but there is like a small out of bounds to get this spot right here, which is kind of cool, and I hope to implement it someday. But yeah, this is a level where even on any percent, like this is where you start losing a lot. Like this is where you can get your first major time loss in the run, I'd say, because you have this frog jump that I can't see where I'm going on if you try to go for an instant jump on the guy. But if you try it at least once and the camera pans out, and you have a more realistic chance to pull it off. And then here I need sprint speed. I think I have it. Not quite. So if you get that, you can do the skip that like skips this whole room right here. But yeah, it's a nice thing to go for, but
It's so hard.
we don't need it. It is pretty
Honestly,
precise.
I feel like that's the hardest skip in the level. You have to have like sprint speed, you have to jump at the perfect time, you have to punch at the perfect time so that you don't start falling. All of these things have to line up just so you can get just barely far enough to land on a ledge. Nice, there's
Probably
Yeah,
why it
the
was
saving
not
shot
caught during
mechanic.
testing.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, we're gonna be using the secret level again here. We could be using the regular end. It would be faster to do the regular end, but we do the secret level because we want to get those extra bots. Doing the bots here means that we don't have to enter another level later. And this level that we're about to play has fast bots.
They do be fast.
They be zooming.
Fast good. Fast.
I really love this Lost Level 2. It's one of my favorites just because of the voxel theme of it. I'm a sucker for voxel-based things.
There's also a very fun route for this level that we do in this run. Like, if you've only played this level casually or haven't seen a run in like since launch, you're gonna be surprised by the order that we get these bots in. I'll say that.
Oh no, this guy!
Oh.
He pushed me into the wall.
That is so unlucky. That is an out of bounds
right.
clip that you can get that you can survive it, but it's incredibly hard, and it's just partially RNG based on where you get to it.
Yeah, you just kind of hope that you outspeed that guy. So sprint speed's very important here if I want to clear this here. Okay, that was still good.
Almost.
I want to just remind chat, by the way, that Vita just did a 4-hour Horizon speedrun before doing this on our previous show, Out of the Box. So the fact that you are here and playing to this high of a degree right now is astounding to me.
Yeah. It takes a lot of practice. I mean, from live streams I do. I usually tend to do long streams or long challenge runs, so I've had to teach myself more about like having the endurance to keep up to perform at a good pace, like go long into a run. So I'm glad that I'm still performing Astro Bot at a pretty top level.
You're doing
I don't know
great.
how your voice is live. How's your voice still working? That was a pretty cool end there. Normally you have to fight a bunch of enemies there to actually have the platform fall down, and then you can just get the bot with the finishing platform. But we don't need the finishing platform, we can leave. So jumping around the back, the bot's hanging there. I don't know if he's supposed to be hanging there, that might not be intended, but we can get him early because of that. Oh, and this is another level. If you want to watch a really cool IL, watch the Wormy Passage IL. I'm not biased because I have the record, but it's a really fun one because we just skip the entire level. Like, we just jump off a bird and just run over the top of this cave and to the end.
It is really cool. Again, there's an aspect that I feel like so many people don't get to see in Astro Bot speedrunning through the ILs and through the network DLC runs. That's just like shows some incredibly cool stuff. No!
No!
I almost had that. That's okay. The bad part about like dying. Oh, worm.
Yeah, that's the bad part about dying. That worm.
Yeah.
That worm's killed me so many times. Oh.
Yeah, I should have remembered that.
Demonstration.
I honestly thought you had to kill the worm if you died there. That was honestly impressive.
But yeah, like when you die, like, you know, the checkpoints are decently generous, but it's not like you're gonna be set back by like a minute or anything, unless it's a boss fight. But the worst thing about dying is that you lose your sprint speed. So whatever you're thinking you're losing, probably add on 2 seconds to that, because that's probably the time that you're losing to 4 seconds without sprint speed, roughly. We have to wait for this big guy to come out.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do have to wait for that big guy to get out. We could get by it if there wasn't an invisible wall there.
Yeah, we've tried looking extensively into passing it. I'm gonna try one of the newer type things. Yeah, I don't normally do this, but I've been feeling more confident with it lately.
Normally you have to fill this area with water and fungi grow that you jump off of to get up here, but turns out you can just jump off that bit of a wall. That was sort of joint found by Cryo and I think. There might have been someone else if I forget. But it saves like barely any time, but it's kind of fun.
Nice. And then we had another skip there that just skips getting eaten by the worm, which, you know, it's not actually a lot of time loss because there's a bot in there that takes like 32 seconds. Also, we went to hell. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we disappeared. Bye, Astro.
I'm fine with that. It's where I live.
Astro just went to visit you. It's fine.
Oh, that would be so cool. What if Astro was real? Don't make me sad. I have to realize that Astro stopped heal.
Oh wait. Oh, I wish I made a fully life-size Lego recreation of Astro. I just keep that by my room.
That's so cool.
In my own way, he is real.
That's great. Everybody's so talented in the speedrunning community. An awesome group of people.
It was time for the second boss battle, Wako Taco. Wako Taco. This boss is fun.
I can't wait to see all of it.
Yep. We're gonna be seeing all of it here. This is actually a very long and grueling boss battle. If you've played this casually, this is probably the hardest one in the game, just because it's like it lasts ages. You play it for so long.
Yeah, so long. Strap in.
Vita's very skilled here, so he's gonna kill the boss really fast. Oh
no.
It's okay. The good thing about boss is that you do get 2 lives or 2 extra lives.
Yeah.
So if you get hit,
Oh.
it's okay. He has 1 more life, so as long as he's okay.
What are you doing here, Midad? What?
Oh my god.
It
Where
was
are you
intended.
going?
I'm going crazy.
It was intended.
Oh no! Midad's quit the run.
I'm out.
It's like I died. I'm out.
So what he's doing there, you might be confused. Normally, around the boss, there is an invisible cylinder around the arena that you can't get out of. As soon as you touch the ground, when you fly into the arena, those appear. You can't get around them. What we figured out was, Moxie found this, I believe, that before you touch the ground, the invisible walls aren't there. And when you die, you spawn in the air. And in the air, you can get out past the invisible walls before you touch the ground if you stall with the frog punches and the regular punches and the hover. And you can do all that to get out of bounds to get over to this water. And you might be wondering, why are we swimming into nowhere? This makes no sense. Because the devs hid a little secret here. I don't think it's intentional. I think it's just where they store it. But the finish line is just way out in the distance here. So we're going to be swimming for it.
I'd like to think a dev knew about this and set it up on purpose just so that they could beat this level a little bit faster in their dev testing.
Like, I don't want to deal with the octopus. Can we do this? And somebody's like, a speedrunner's going to find that. And they're like, it's...
It saves about 40 seconds, and it was perfect timing. We got to land on this. You can hit it without landing on it, but it's really hard. And there's the end cutscene. We beat the boss. Woo! Woo! Taco's dead.
Such a cool skip. Thank you, Moxie, for finding that.
It was perfect timing,
sometimes skipping
too.
the creature's okay. Sometimes we can be okay.
What do you mean? The creature's right there. It's on the level. We saw the creature.
That's true. That's true. You know what? Astro Bot's always going to be okay in my book.
Well, it was also perfect timing that we found that skip, because there's a skip later called Hero Skip for in the Hieroglyphs Pyramid level. That right when we found that skip, that other skip got way harder because of a patch. And normally in Astro Bot we play on the most recent patch, unless you're playing 1.0 runs. So it lost about 40 seconds to making that skip a lot harder, and we gained about 40 seconds back from making this new skip. So it was perfect. Here's the second special level, Bot of War. Listen to the music, it's really fun. I actually don't know if music is
Such a treat.
This is another level where routes are very different. Sometimes we get the next spot, sometimes we don't. It very much depends on the personal preference of the runner.
Yeah, I'm doing a slightly safer route that probably loses, I don't know, like 3-ish seconds maybe. Where like normally they would go, like Moxie and Cryo would go across this like wall from Thor. This is the Thor bot. So like from here they go like out of bounds on top of the wall, but it's a little risky for me. So I'm gonna go around like this. I also have to give him a mirror.
There's also another skip there that we don't go for because it's way too risky. But there is a fast 4 skip found by Zelius, I believe, where you can just, as you blow the trumpet to summon the snake, you can jump into the water and swing your hammer and hope that you don't die. And if you timed it right, Thor will be coming out of the water at the exact time you get there, and you'll hit him instantly. But it's way too risky for any percent, at least now. Ah!
Lost my sprint speed. There we go. That's another thing that I'm happy about. Like, the more you play this game, the more you realize when you, like, lose sprint speed. It's really hard to tell, but, like especially when you start getting runs, like, towards, like, sub 210, you gotta be, like, watching out for anything that can possibly, like, you gotta watch out for big time saves, so be keeping an eye on your sprint at all times and being able to react to that.
Oh yeah. The amount of times I've been on Reddit and I've seen someone complaining that they can't do a jump or a skip because they don't have sprint speed and they don't know that sprint speed exists. It's important. You gotta know when you have it and when you don't. There was a small skip there that's really hard to do, but if you line up the camera, you can actually throw the hammer, throw the axe right at the bell and kill it instantly. And normally it targets the enemies next to it, but like I said, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, it's very satisfying when you pull it off, though. You can just beeline it to the that bounce pad.
All right, it's time for the next boss, Nidhogg.
Nidhogg.
Another creature. This boss just charges at you, and once it's done charging, you can hit it in the back. What we realize is that what is the fastest straight line between two areas of a edge of a circle is if the two areas are right next to each other. So we just jump around the pig so that it runs like a meter and then stops. Minimizes time running, minimize the amount of time we're fighting the boss for.
That pig does not get his steps in. Sorry, dude.
No.
B-Dad, how are we feeling about after we do some more, I don't know, messing around with this PS5, about taking a little quick wellness break for everybody to hang out for a bit?
Yeah, break sounds good. Yeah, as soon as we finish this crash site section, I think that would be swell.
Wonderful.
As soon as we
Don't worry, we will be back with more Astro Bot. We're not going anywhere. Need a bit to stretch.
So again, this is like you know, not a lot of time save in these crash site parts, but you know, we still have to be pretty aware of what we're doing and make sure that we're with the motion controls flinging down at the exact millisecond that we know we can. But yeah, nothing that's gonna like lose us like 5 seconds or anything like that.
Yeah, generally these parts of the runs is when you look at your splits and see what's coming up and see what you might forget, grab a drink of water. It's optimal time to do that.
For me, it's the optimal time to watch these amazing animations. They're so satisfying.
Oh.
No, time loss! No! Be done, no!
I couldn't help it. I wanted to see my component friend like do flips.
You believe they can fly.
Irresistible.
So we're up to look at that bot count. It's 86 now. So we need 200. So we're getting there. A little bit over 2/5. So that kind of lines up well with like what we're like, you know, our progress with the 5 nebulas. We've done 2 out of the 5 nebulas. But yeah, like again, like the routing is all towards the 200 bots at the end. So like we're getting some bots early. And because of that, like, you also, a little thing here, we usually wait until there's like 4 bots left to start grabbing that wire, or else like some bots like take longer to get on for some reason. But yeah, like I was saying, like to get to that 200 bot counter, you'd actually be surprised with like how many like good free bots there are towards like the earlier levels. Because as the levels ramp up, the difficulty also lines up. So even if like there's a few route differences that we want to make, depending on the person and difficulty on like if we want somebody's not quite comfortable with going for this bot, that definitely happens more towards the end of the run, I feel, when we route stuff in and out.
Yeah, there's gonna be a fun skip here against the. Oh! It's gonna be a fun skip here against the tree, just to get up. Because normally you have to call the bots and raise these shells to get up, but turns out there's a small part of this tree you can jump on, and if you jump on it, you get straight up.
All right.
More fun, time save.
Nice.
I think that's a good time to make a break.
All right, let's pause that timer and take a little bit of a stretch break, get some hydration, just like they were talking about earlier, and we will be back soon with more Astro Bot. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to go ahead and resume our Astro Bot run pronto, because I know y'all want to see it.
All right, here we go. So we left off in the title screen. We're gonna resume our timer right here when I'm going to save data. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So we have to, even though we're getting right back into the game, we actually have to go right back to the title screen. Yay! Because again, we're cutting off that animation every time we come out of the crash site to cut off that like we're finding a new nebula type cutscene.
All right, that was a great segment. Let's go to break again. All right, see you guys. Back to the menu. Back to the menu.
Yeah, perfect time to make another break, right?
Yeah. All right. We're gonna be
It's getting too
entering
cool.
the
We got to
third
keep it on
galaxy.
air.
Yeah.
True. You
Yeah, we're at
convinced us.
Nebula 3. This is when things start getting good. And by good, I
hard.
mean hard. Yeah. So Casino, yeah, this is... Yeah, it's... we have a few hard things here. It would help if I
Galaxies
didn't get hit
3
by a car.
Yeah, Galaxies 3 and 4 are by far the hardest. It's so easy to lose like 40 seconds out of nowhere. Because there's so many just really hard tricks in it that we gotta do.
Yeah.
See at the end of this level, there's a pretty large one that we do. Stay tuned for that. Now we're just gonna go through and get all.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No! These dolphins always like there's like a muscle memory I have to learn with these dolphins every time I get back into this game. It's like I don't know why it's so hard to time those exactly right with the jumps, but
I can tell you why. It's because there's a small delay after using the slowdown ability once, and you use it once to cross the gap. So when you try and turn it off to turn it on again for the dolphins, it's always slightly when they're off sync. So you have to have like in your mind a very small delay to actually press the button, which is hard.
the more you know. Things I wish I knew before. Even with somebody like...
We're learning live. All good.
I swear I'm learning new things from like Commander and other, like everyone, constantly. Even after putting so many hours into this game, there's always so many like little things to... Like the details never stop. It's a game that keeps on giving.
Oh, same. Yeah, I've verified so many any percent runs, and I still see stuff. I'm like, that's a thing? Okay. Like, some people just have small things that they do and no one else does, and turns out it's faster, and because only that person did it, no one else knows.
Man, I am not doing
Ooh.
the optimal
Nice
strat.
nice save there, though. That was good.
I was trying to do a fun thing where you can get like a little boost off of that chip, but said I couldn't show it off. It's okay though. I have a new thing here though that I don't think I've shown off that I've showcased before, where I just skip that like main part.
Normally you have to open the door there. We don't have to open the door. You can just jump around it.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a little bit hard because you can really easily lose your sprint. So I have to, like, when I jump on top, like before I make that jump around, I have to jump at like, run into the wall at a certain angle in order for my sprint speed to not be lost. And yeah, it helps a lot.
There is a way to save it, but sorry.
That's okay. Everything I'm doing, oh no! Everything I'm doing here is has a precise thing that I could talk about for minutes. We're just gonna focus and make sure that we live. Okay, we're good.
Nice.
Joker!
This area is very cycle based, but the cycles are really fast. So if you miss a cycle, it's not too long to wait for the next one. But if you see a clean casino, it blows your mind. And we're gonna see a really cool skip here too.
Woo!
That looks so good.
Oh, don't forget to push the button though.
And normally there's a whole climbing area there. Takes like about 15-20 seconds, or about around that. And you just jump past all of it. That is a momentum abuse glitch. It's been a thing in all of the Astro games as far as I'm aware. We used to use it in Playroom to skip the boss in GPU jungle. But essentially, if there's a rising platform, you're on the rising platform, you jump while it's rising, you get its speed plus yours. It's a thing in a lot of games, but we try and use it as much as possible because it's so useful.
So we have another infamous level here, Bathhouse Battle, which this is kind of similar to Downsize, the mouse level where you like grow and shrink. In the sense of this has a very special power-up that's only used once in the game, like ever. And it has, oh nice, I got a box launch. That's something that you don't really plan to get, but you can save like a second if you jump over the invisible barrier. But yeah, this is Sponge Man, which we go really fast when we're kind of going at max speed. There's been new strats here, but I'm going to be sticking to my old ones because
there's so many different
nice
ways to do this area, but they're all slightly different. There's a way to look down there as you come in. When things are off screen, they don't always load in, right? And they don't attack you. So you can do that to get that bot early, but then you have to do some really hard parkour afterwards. So sometimes it's not worth it.
Beautiful. Bamboo jump.
That's an area where there's two ways of doing it. There's a slightly slower way on the left. If for some reason you're having trouble landing on that exact spot, there is an area where you can jump on a fence and go up a tree on the left and jump up. And it's around like 10 seconds slower, but it's much faster than going the intended way. Yeah, all
I
these.
always love how Astro looks here. Just so squeezable.
Oh yeah.
I need like a sponge Astro plush.
Oh, would be so
that would
good.
be so awesome.
I'm actually gonna get this guy first because the other guy, I'm trying to finish this level with a bot that I can possibly animation skip with. So we'll jump on that box. And
If you're wondering why Beta
yeah,
went left there, is because there's an invisible wall. You just gotta go around. And normally this area, you spray water and walk on the water while you're tiny, but turns out you can just jump across the lava.
no animation skip for me, sadly.
Yeah, you've already gotten two. It's pretty good.
Yeah. That's pretty average for a world record run anyways, I'd say. I don't even know if Moxie goes for them.
Yeah, I don't recall.
So this level is pretty, after the last two levels, this is a nice breath of fresh air.
Well, I gotta teach you lock jump here, Beta.
Oh, of course I say that.
There's a jump here where you can jump on the lock and skip going near that enemy, but it is slightly harder of a jump, so you do need to be practiced for it.
Yeah, I thought I was doing the safe approach. Apparently not.
So we thought. Apparently not.
And it's really important for us to keep our half sprint speed going out of this spot so we can clear this jump here. So you might have noticed that I didn't take the most direct line possible to that bot, and that's the reason why. I know that I have to curve it a little bit in order for the sprint speed to pick up right as I get it.
Alright, we might be about to see something cool.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a really cool skip here. I think B-Dud found it. I'm not 100%.
I did find it.
Yeah. Normally you gotta hit that egg and climb it. There's a rope that carries you up to the top. If you jump off of it, you can just reach the loading zone. It's so cool.
Yeah, I love it.
It's so cool. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
For reference, I've commentated for this run before for a couple of other things, but you know, a while ago. So it's really cool to see the new strats.
I think we used to think that was too risky because there used to be a harder way of doing it where you jump off of a candle that's off in the distance and do 2 jumps off the wall. But recently we started moving towards just jumping off the egg. It's closer to where you need to go.
I believe it's also only like 2, maybe 3 seconds time save. So, but yeah, like it's really interesting because every sub area like that has like a loading barrier at the top that we can reach. Some of them, like, you do have to, like, trigger some state, like, either with the bot or, like, getting the bot or something like that to actually, like, spawn it. But, and I don't think, like, it's really come up anywhere else. But it's been fun messing around with it and seeing that it is possible to hit those loading zones at a non-optimal time. Yeah.
It is also kind of cool. It's not related to any percent at all. But if you've ever explored out of bounds here, there's a way to get out of bounds. You can find that area is underneath the water in the distance, similar to Wako Taco. And if you go into the top there, you'll get teleported back to the front because the loading zone is still there. Even though it's fully underwater, off in the distance. Generally, out of bounds in this game is just so fun. There's so many cool things you can find out of bounds. Not every level has it, but when you can get out of bounds, it's a treat. Speaking of,
got trapped in time. So another fun level here. We're gonna be introduced to the chicken power-up. But there's also some pretty cool tech in this level. As you can see, there's purple sand. It's death sand. We don't like death sand, but we have ways to get around it, such as punching. If you just spam punches enough, you never can hit like the death plane for the sand. So you're just constantly walking on, not walking on sunshine, but walking on sand.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking notes. Sorry. Punch a lot to avoid death. Got it. Continue.
Keep punching. Don't stop. Keep attacking. Don't stop till you get enough. Yeah, we recently found out that this is also something you can do on water. It's much harder because you have to do it immediately. Normally on sand, you start falling for a bit, so you have a bit more time to actually start punching. But we found in the level Turtles and Trash, which we do not play in this run, but in the IL, we found out we can just run on water like Jesus. The goal of this level, we just got to get to the top. And you might be wondering, why don't we just, if we can punch on sand and just crawl up the sand, why don't we just go straight to the top? You can do that. Unfortunately, it's unloaded. The way we do in the IL is that we go near the top, go into the back end of this inside area, and load the inside, and then exit back to the outside, and that will load the end, and you can go up from there. But we don't do that at any percent because these bots are pretty fast, so we may as well get them on the way. This skips decently hard. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, that one's pretty hard, but once you've practiced it a lot, you know exactly what the muscle memory just hits the same every single time.
Yeah, that's one thing that generally differentiates a really good runner from someone who's more newer to the game. They're able to figure out exactly how long to wait after a punch to then do a hover, to do like a jump. All these inputs, the longer you wait before doing them, the longer you can go, essentially. and you can maximize that to go way further than you could think. I wonder which way you do this.
There's so many different ways here.
Yeah, there's so many
I'm not
ways.
even sure what I do anymore. I just go and see what I feel, honestly.
I think there's like 3 different ways to. Ooh, you can get the jump. Nice. That is so hard.
Ooh, clean.
90% of the time you hit the bot and then you fall off the bird, and then you have to chicken your way back up, which is really slow.
How could a
Don't
creature
underestimate how
betray
hard that
us?
is. I know.
Cooperative this time. Maybe it knows what show it's on.
True. It's a boss time. Woo!
Speaking of shows, real quick before we get into that, just while I'm thinking about it, Games Done Quick is hiring. We're looking for new showrunners for the fall 2025 Hotfix season. If you have experience planning and hosting speedrun shows or events, we'd love to hear from you. Visit gamesdonequick.com/jobs for more information. Applications close July 20th, so that's pretty soon. So if you'd like to become one of us, you should apply.
Do it.
It.
Do it. It is your destiny.
It's a pretty cool job, I gotta say.
There's another momentum abuse. We get extra height, so we don't have to use another chicken. Chicken is fast-ish, but it's kind of slow. If you can avoid using it, then it's good. Or use the momentum abuse, get the same height.
Fast but
This,
slow.
Yeah.
It's like that meme. Yes, but no.
This boss has some fun strats to it. Some of them, we pretty much will use all of them. You might have seen Wako Taco how we die intentionally. We will die intentionally on this level too, but we won't fully die. Sometimes if you die while an attack is happening, it will automatically finish that attack. And if the attack's really long, dying saves some time. There's actually 2 times in this level that you can do this.
Oh.
The first
Okay, well, we're
one
gonna
would
die
be right.
here.
Yeah, the first
Because
one's
I
right
missed the
there. That's
column. Yeah, go ahead.
That saves 0.1 seconds, so it's a very small time save. So usually you don't go for it because 0.1 seconds in a 2-hour run is not that much, and if you die, then you're losing 3 minutes. However, there's a second one after this, which loses closer to 3 seconds. So we do go for that one every run.
Yeah, I misjudged the height of the column though, so just reacting off of that to avoid losing like 2-3 seconds there, I just decided to die. So now we're gonna be playing this boss on 1 health after this point.
It's okay. You have so much practice from Ultra Hard Horizon.
Yeah, that's gonna transfer to this.
It's gonna transfer.
Yeah,
It's gonna transfer.
Same game. It's the same game.
There's a snake in that game too. It's the same
it's on the
one.
play-
There is.
PlayStation.
Yeah, this is the slither thing. Oh my god, you're
Ten of
right.
ours is the thing. We've unlocked the secrets.
It's all connected. How did I never see it before?
And not to mention the explicit Horizon references in this game.
True. I swear, these are the exact attacks that a slither thing does. Oh, am I crazy? I don't know.
You know, you're 100% right.
Although I don't remember this part. I mean, I've only played Horizon casually, but I don't remember this part. There's a fun strategy here where you can actually just walk next to the orbs, but it's a bit tight and risky, especially with Vita having no lives here. Best not to risk it, just jump around them. I think you're intended to chicken up over it, but we don't do that. We just jump around. It's faster.
Chicken slow, except when you have to go high, then chicken fast.
Exactly.
Alright, dude rating time. This level always is fun, and as in fun, I mean I usually die on it at least once or twice somehow. Really great level. This is
the
my
hardest level.
Yeah, it's my favorite level casually because I'm a big Uncharted fan, I guess, and the music just really hit. But boy, in the speedrun, it's got some difficult jumps to pull off. So hopefully, I can do it well here.
It's not just the difficulty of the jumps, it's also that all of the jumps skip save points. So by going for these skips, if you die, you're sent back like to the start of the level almost. Like not actually, but very, very close. You get sent back and you lose like 10, 15, 20, 40 seconds.
I'll be doing safe strat here. Otherwise, there is multiple methods of getting to this spot.
Almost all are using the rope. You can swing to a branch there and jump up onto the plane from there, which is very hard because you have to land on a very small spot. You can also do a trick that we'll see later in the run where you just climb up the rope and then jump over to it. They're all pretty hard and only save a little bit of time. So on the hardest level in the game, sometimes it's best not to go for them. But here's a cool skip. Normally you have to kill all these enemies and a truck appears that you can then jump on to get across this gap. Turns out you can just climb up this wall over here. There's multiple ways to skip the truck. This is the most any percent viable one because it's simultaneously the easiest while also being fairly fast. There's a slightly faster one where you use the pellet of one of the glooper enemies and you jump off of the back end of the pellet. It's like very precise and you do that to get across the gap. That's like IL only, essentially at this point, unless you're Silius. And then apparently he says it's easier, I don't know.
Yeah, the pellet jump's really cool. I wish I could actually like implement that. I wish I was confident enough.
Yeah, and there's a third one where there's a pillar that you can jump on that's also really tight.
Fun fact, by not looking at the frogs, they never shoot you. So we utilize that there to... oh, I need to push them this way. I've played this game before.
That is a trick. That is a trick that we use for a lot of enemies. Looking away from them. Every enemy is slightly different. I've made a list and posted on Discord if you're very curious. But some enemies, when you're not looking at them, just don't attack at all. Some enemies don't attack until they're on screen. Then they keep attacking forever. Some stop attacking after you look away from them. And some enemies just attack you even while they're not on screen. And those are the hardest ones. But there's several levels where we just decide, hey, we're not going to look at this enemy, and we can just run by them. If you're interested in the speedrun levels, the level Thrust or Bust, we use a look down strat on that, just so that the bell enemies are in the right spot.
Okay. So coming to the end of due rating, which I haven't died yet. I might have just jinxed myself, but we have a big auto scroll section here in at the end of this little hallway, or whatever you'd call this. Okay, nice.
Yeah, this auto scroller section is like a minute and a bit long. If you have any idea how to skip this, please contact us. We are so curious, and we've been trying. There's someone called like Pico that's been looking for this for ages. We can get out of bounds. We can get so far out of bounds, but we always just barely can't get past this area. So we have to do the auto scroller. There is.
I guess while we're here. Oh no,
continue.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say there is a strat that we will see much later in Play Squadron Go that you can use here, but it saves like pretty much nothing, so we're not gonna see it now.
Hey,
but there's a way.
I need the practice, so I think I'm gonna go
using
for it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So
exciting.
essentially, normally there's a certain speed that you can press R2 to shoot the bullets. If you press the home button like this, just tap it and then hold R2 and then exit the pop-up menu. If for some reason it shoots like crazy fast, so you can do it like way faster. It's much more useful in Play Squadron because you shoot like a maniac, like you have a machine gun.
Yeah, and that's also just like a 5-minute shooting session instead of us shooting just 5 seconds there. So, but yeah, like it's crazy how rapid fast it goes, and like I don't understand why it really works, but it, like, gun go burr, I like it.
Can go bear. There was an older strat for that end of the boss fight where you just press R2, L2, R2, L2, and if you go back and forth, you do shoot faster than you normally can. However, this new way is slightly faster than that even.
Yeah, that I like the old way too, because it's just like by pressing, like mashing both analog, or not analog sticks, both L2 and R2, you're basically doubling your fire rate because you're pressing two buttons that can shoot. So yeah, it's pretty nice, but this definitely takes the cake. Yay, we freed another PlayStation 5 component friend.
Hey, I love technology.
I wanted to flip him, but I resisted
Don't
the
do it.
urge.
Don't do it, resist the urge.
Or maybe Commander's gonna flip out.
Oh.
Sorry.
So what does that bring our bot count up to now? 127, which is still,
got-
you know.
I
Sorry,
got
what?
bad news. You're supposed
What?
to be at 128.
What do you? What?
I'm pretty sure you missed one in dude rating. The one that you climbed the rope to at the top.
Oh, I missed Sir Francis Drake.
Sir Francis.
That's
No.
okay. I can. We have backups. I can get the extra one in the cold level, whatever it's called.
Frozen
I'm
meal.
sad. Yes, I can get Connor.
Bonus
I don't remember
content.
how this. I always
Can only
forget
see
how
here.
this area goes, Commander. I think this is optimal.
Yeah, you want to kill those enemies and activate it, then go get this bot while the bots are actually getting set up. And by
Okay,
the time
cool.
you come back, they're ready. Yeah, you did
Of
right.
all the things that I can't remember, or of all the things that I try to remember, I can remember all of them except this. And then this tough jump. Oh, I got the ledge grab. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
That was close. Oh no, build. Bring them together, please.
Seeing in chat, this always happening to Sir Francis Drake.
So this is a cool little skip here for this crash bot. Like, because we're bringing it out of the ground, we can actually like prompt the space map, like on that third last, like it does like 3 kind of animations of like, huh, and then it like goes up out of the ground. On that last like push out of the ground, we can reliably and consistently set up a menu with like a 1 to 2 second window of like returning the space map, and reliably just have the game take us back to the space map without having to go through the tedious process of like returning the title to skip the cutscene, because yeah, it does take like an extra 10 or so seconds maybe to return the title screen and load back in the game. I forget what it takes with the space map because it still like fades to black, but yeah, it's a nice thing that you only see there. We have Hyro glitch. Want to explain this, Commander?
Yeah, sure. So normally you hit this bridge, you fall down. If you jump on the side and do a ledge grab, ledge grabbing on the side essentially doesn't count as actually standing on the bridge. So using that to get extra distance, we can go around the trigger to get to the end, past the trigger, to not have it not fall on us, and we can just go straight to the end. However, we don't actually go to the end because we want to get the bots. However, it's very hard. In a recent update, they made it harder.
Yeah, in the recent update, it's become so hard that I don't even go for it. I only go for it once, unless I die like I did there, and then I go for it twice. But yeah, we get to see Hyro like it, not like it was intended to be played, but you know, we get to see more of it.
Yeah, if you are able to make that trick, what you then would do is jump down, and because you got to the end of the bridge, the game thinks you're in the I just beat the level phase rather than the I just started the level phase. So there's a bunch of birds that allow you to get back up the parts that you already were at, which is supposed to be an accessibility feature. However, we can just abuse them to get to places that we probably shouldn't have been able to get to and get these bots much faster.
And I forgot I was actually supposed to survive there. Kind of hard keeping two different Hyros in your brain.
True. That death you normally only do when you actually make Hyro skip, because it allows you to teleport back up to the top, so you can just do the finish right from there. However, since the trick is harder, Vita didn't get it this time. No, it's not worth dying there. We're actually gonna see the power up. Ah, fine.
Oh,
if you do Hyro skip, you do skip the power up, which means for the end slide, you actually have to do it without the power up, which is kind of hard actually. This and dude rating, I think, are probably the two hardest levels. It's so easy to just lose a ton of time on them. But generally, if you get past, if you get past this block of like 4 or 5 levels, you know that you're probably finishing a run. There's still ways to lose, but it gives you peace of mind.
Didn't want this guy to get me.
There is a jump where you can go straight to this bouncer thing, but if the enemy sucks you, then it's a lot harder. So just do it the intended way.
I think doing this will put my bot count at +1.
That is true. That is true.
So I technically don't have to get Connor later. I have to wait on this, unfortunately.
That is a good point. You can essentially continue as if you hit higher skip. You can use that route. And you finish. Oh, the actual finish is after this.
Yeah.
I love the little fake outs that they do.
It's fun. This game's fun and
it's fun. It's a delight. It's a delight to play. It's a delight to run.
Like got that like childish charm, but it's like oddly satisfying even playing it as an adult too. You know, like. Oh wait, what am I doing? God.
No.
I triggered a whole
Thinking about
different
the game too much.
We're yapping too much.
I triggered my
Distracting.
100% brain automatically. Because that's the thing, in 100% and 300 bots, you have to get the power up. So I went down the way with the power up, and it automatically triggered that in my brain. Whereas, yeah, in any percent, you don't even use the power up.
You've been speedrunning for like 5 hours. You're good.
Yeah. It's not taking a toll on me at all.
So here's one of the parts where there's actually 2 levels that we can play, and because the bots are relatively fast, we are going to beat both of them. But we're not going to beat both of them. We're going to get most of the bots in all of them. What we aren't going to do is finish them both, because we don't have to. We used to finish this level because we thought it was faster, and we're like, oh, swimming is slow. Turns out, or sorry, we thought balloon is slow. But turns out it's actually faster not to finish this level, not to save the starfish. Unfortunately, the starfish is staying in captivity. And finish the balloon level instead. Poor
We
starfish.
seem to do that a lot in these runs. Like, when there's an objective to, like, save this big friend creature, we are just like, sorry, we gotta dip.
Sorry, we gotta go. Gotta go fast.
Astro Bot might not be as friendly as he appears to be.
Yeah. They're just gonna willingly leave that starfish in chains. Yeah, it's fine.
No.
We're saving our friends. We're not saving you. We don't know you.
Ah.
Oh,
Okay.
that UFO is so annoying.
Oh. Okay, we got this. We got this. Okay.
Okay, nice. That can get so
Yeah,
out of hand if you.
Yeah, it really can. Like, literally, that bot can give you like 30 seconds of time save or time loss if you're not like chasing it appropriately. But yeah, you're supposed to like try to get it as soon as it like starts moving forward. It's like invincible at the very start, but
Yeah, that's why I do a slightly safer way of that, where I just trigger it and then stand in front of where it's going to go. So I'm just waiting for it. But it does lose time over the way that Vita does it. Again, all these bots are all over the place. It's supposed to be an open world level, essentially. We're just going to be going around. The route has changed a bunch with this level. This is the current route. It might change again, who knows.
I feel like I'm missing a bot.
You're missing the volcano one, I think, right?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like with this level too, it's because so many routes have been like thought of. It's hard to go down one route and have like a small change and forget that where one of the other bots would be if it's not in your normal route.
I have that problem with downsize. I always forget a bot there. Somehow. It's always a different one too.
So this is one that you can animation skip on, and we end on this bot specifically because it's in a sub area. Yeah.
Yeah, you skip having to leave the sub area. And we can just go straight to the lower level. Balloon breeze. This is another balloon level. I think it's the first one since the first level. Same thing as before, if you've forgotten. Stay out of the balloon as much as possible, unless you're going up. If you're going up, it's fine. Yeah, we originally tried to skip this level because we thought the bots were slow. Turns out they're actually decently fast. It's actually not that bad to finish the level too. Even though a lot of the bots are earlier in the level, the rest of the level can actually be done pretty fast. Hey, it's Big Brother.
Hey,
we
he's
saved
back.
them earlier. We saved them earlier. You remember in Galaxy 3?
Unless it's 300 bots or 100%, then you don't free him.
Yeah, it's very funny that he shows up even when you don't save him. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's the case. I just assume it's the case.
Yeah.
It would be very funny if you're just. It would be very funny if you're just locked away from showing up here.
Oh, it was close.
Oh.
Okay. I had the wrong intuition on that one, where you're supposed to pull it from the front, not from the back. So, and that extra time loss could have potentially been my downfall, because that like enemy behind me charges up the next like needle attack. This bot is fun because this sometimes you can get an animation skip right here of like launching.
Oh, please.
Like this whole thing right here you can skip, but we don't know really how it works. It's just really random.
You just randomly get teleported to the flower, and it doesn't happen that often, but sometimes you just are there. And you're like, wait, did someone splice? There's no way they got there that fast. No, it just teleports you. You don't understand that one yet. Still learning.
No! Death perception.
More like death perception. Well, not quite, but yeah.
Kill the enemies, pull the yarn, or it's not really yarn, it's an electric wire, but it looks like yarn.
I was gonna say I would love to be Astro and jump between these balloons, but actually that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I could never. Okay, so this is our last bot here.
Nice.
And yeah, like, after this last bot, we have like 30, maybe it's not 30 seconds, but like most bots are like placed right next to like the end of the level, so this is one of the cases, like Commander was saying, why we just because the last bot's like a minute in, and also the level end is like another like 20-ish seconds. It's a lot to consider in the routing. It seemed like an easy choice in the first few weeks. It's like, oh yeah, this has one extra bot for a minute and a half, but really it's not like that. Yeah. Oh no, we have the spooky level next. That scares me.
Will we live? Will we be okay?
I don't think so. We'll see.
Sadly, we will die.
Uh-oh.
But we will live!
Yeah, so this level is pretty spooky in speedrunning because I often die on it. It's a hard level.
Yeah.
But we have a cool skip here at the start to skip getting the power up, and it automatically gives it to us here. So we don't have to. We basically skip having to have the door close and having to reopen it.
Yeah, normally the door closes if you get too close, so you have to get the power up so you can slow it down so you can run by it. But turns out if you jump over the trigger, you can just get by it and it will give you the power up. We don't know why it gives you the power up. We've tried with other levels where you can get past the trigger. Like some of these levels we got into the end of a level and it just never gave it to us. But some of them they do, so it's a mystery. But luckily this one does, because then we get this cool trick. Here's another sprint speed required jump. Nice.
Yeah. If I can get this. Oh, I think I will. Nice. Oh, but I timed that wrong. Hold on. I don't know why this the timing on this clam throws me off so much, but
we gotta come up with a setup for it. Also, that is so important what he just did. It might look like he just jumped over a wall. There is a part of that wall where if you land on it, if you go too far right, it just won't load the rest of the level and you're soft locked until you leave the level.
yeah.
So just to make sure to go left enough while also saving time by going right enough.
Yeah, so that exact pathing I took there, you kind of need to do that.
Yeah, I made the mistake of not doing that in my first attempt of that, and I lost a run to it.
So we're gonna throw away the light bulb there and then just make the rest of this jump. We were trying to route in, not even using the light bulb at all there. Some of the platforms don't activate when you...
Yeah. Well, I'm so sad that you do need the light bulb just because it's faster. There is a way to get through most of a level without the light bulb, and even this gate at the end where you're supposed to throw the light at it to open the gate, there is a way to parkour up, around, and over it, but it loses like 8 seconds, so there's no reason to do it. But it would look cool. I always find this end pretty hard. We'll see how Vita does it here, but there's a fun way to get to the end. I'll just say.
Yeah, so let me see if I can remember my setup. I think I stop it right there. And then we try to, on only this like first go around, you can stay on this actual like platform and basically skip that whole, well, can you break the glass thing? Yeah, you just ride that whole thing around. If it goes around one rotation at all and you try to step on it while, like if you try to land on it and then resume time, it's just not gonna, it's gonna kill you. So
yeah, it's just gonna launch you
you have to take advantage of using that, riding the cycle around literally on the first rotation, or else it's can't use that strat.
Yeah, luckily it's only like 5-10 second time loss, so it's not the end of the world, but it is really satisfying to pull off when you get it.
It is. I like it.
Oh. Time for this boss, Mecha Leon. If you played the game, you'll know this is the hardest one. Good luck.
Yeah, this is a boss, you know, like, checkpoints are pretty lenient in Astro Bot, but for boss fights, you have to, if you die on them, I think it's mostly because they give you, like, 3 lives, Um,
And you
Oh,
might
I'm
think,
probably
oh,
not
you
gonna
got
get-
3 lives. Yeah, oh, there's a launch you can do there to skip that gap. You might think, oh, you got 3 lives, just don't die. The problem is, we want to die because dying saves a bunch of time. So we essentially go down to 1 life and have to do the rest of the level without getting hit once, which is very stressful considering it's a pretty hard level to not get hit on.
yeah.
This level has killed so many runs, and if you die near the end, you're losing like 3 minutes. Full run killer.
How could the chameleon, a wondrous creature, do anything like that?
How could he?
Want to steal the spotlight.
Exactly. Your game?
Why can't he just be our happy, friendly creature friend?
That'd be so
That's
nice.
too much to
Yes,
ask.
why do we have to have any amount of conflict at all?
There is
That's it. Let's stop the speedrun right here and just
Let's just be friends.
yeah, let's just be friends.
There is an out of bounds for this level that we found where you can jump along all of these trees in the distance. It's really cool to look at, and you can go on for ages. Unfortunately, unlike Wako Taco, we haven't really been able to reach the finish platform. But if we could do it, it would be awesome, and we could skip having to fight this actual boss.
Yeah, I hope that we can get it to work someday. So
Yeah,
here's the animation skip that we're doing by dying. Yeah, that one saves a lot more time than any of the other boss animation skips that we would have done, which yeah.
Yeah, that animation skips an entire row of him just shooting fire out after fire out, like the whole wall of fire that we saw in the first phase. They'll just spam that out for like a good 10 seconds, and we can skip all of that just by dying.
Okay, playing this safe here.
And we do the same thing here on the 3rd phase, which honestly makes the end very stressful because the small chameleon and lightning enemies that drop down can very easily land on your head or just kill you. You stop time at just barely the wrong moment. They shoot really fast. We hover over them just for safety.
There we go. Yep. Yeah, you could definitely do that faster, but for safety, I'm hovering to kill them.
I've made the mistake of punching them. Sometimes the fireball is still in their mouth, so you can't see them, so you can't see it. But by punching them, you're punching into the fireball, and it kills you, which is a very sad way to lose a run. Ding dong, the chameleon's dead.
And fireworks go off.
It's time.
It's blob
Guys,
level time.
If anyone has a sub to Beta's channel, you know what emote to play. You know what emote to put. Spam it, spam it.
Yeah, I love this level so much. I made an emote after it. It just works so well.
It,
But yeah,
it
this
might
is the
be the
level where I
best emote on
basically chucked
Twitch.
my controller.
Oh yeah.
So something that's fun about this is that motion controls definitely matter here, and it even matters when you rotate it beyond what you think is possible. So, like flipping your controller makes you go faster. Actually, what I'm doing is a hybrid version where I'm just like, you can see what I'm doing right now with the controller up. Is just like kind of like flipping it around in my hands constantly.
Yeah. He's trying to do that anytime he's going forwards or backwards, because in those 3D spaces, you can just gain a lot of speed by just doing that over and over again and jumping every time you get the chance. Yeah, it's so funny that the optimal way is literally just to chuck your controller into the air with a spin and then catch it, but it's so risky and you don't want to ruin your controller. But it's worth
Can't ruin my
it if you're
custom
willing.
Astro Bot controller.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is what my actual controller looks like too. I have the immersion of like the in-game controller being identical to what my actual controller is. It's a great controller.
Does it show the eyes on here? I actually don't know. Oh, it does show the eyes.
box.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
it
the same.
does?
It's the exact same. That's cool.
Wow.
I've never looked too closely at that. with that
Okay.
controller too. It's pretty awesome.
Rolling. Oh, okay. We're good.
Woo! Nice.
Okay, and now if I can... Woo!
Nice.
That
That's
one
so
I
scary.
actually chucked my controller in the air. I don't use my hands as a guiding point. You just gotta have to like line up the angle, and then just I kind of compare it to like flipping a bottle, you know, like if you ever try to flip a water bottle, it's pretty easy to do because it's like it's weighty and full of liquid, I guess. Pretty similar to the controller, just like toss it up in the air and then it can just easily fall into your hands. Like it'll just reliably turn into the palm of your hand, so no issues with having to worry about like dropping the controller or anything.
So you very literally throw your controller in this run.
Yep.
It literally
Wow.
throws it, yeah.
For a strat. That's
Yeah.
incredible. This game's amazing.
I think that was the most fun strat that we found. I can't believe that's a thing in any speedrun. Just throw your controller away.
Just throw it. It'll be fine.
I know it's not how we found it, but I'd like to think it would be funny if we found it just by someone like being angry and throwing their controller and be like, hey, he goes fast. It's not how it happened, but imagine.
Whoever said gamer rage was bad for speedruns. I can't even finish that.
There's actually a point
Hey,
there where you're
Ethan.
pouring the water. There's a point where it will keep pouring a bit of water, but you could actually stop pouring it to end early. There is a visual cue to look for with how the crowd reacts in the background. I think in a recent update they made it a bit harder to see, but you can also use a bit of a line on the inside of the can. There's a bunch of small visual cues that you can look for.
Yeah, I love visual cues, especially in like a game like this where it's very important for you to be very precise with your jumps, or even or in the crash site stuff. Like for the crash site stuff, there's not a lot that you can do to optimize your time, but knowing like the exact indicator that like you can stop something is like the best that we can do. So yeah, it's always nice having visual indicators like that. Yeah, I just know like roughly the portion that it fills at, so I'm probably not like exact, but I have a pretty good idea of like where to stop at that section without like a very proper visual cue, but one definitely does help. So we're on Crash Site 4 now. We have a cool skip here that skips like us having to build stuff with bots. This is something that I found. Which is basically going to be getting us as much height as possible with these jump rope guys by jumping off and on constantly. And then if I get this right, boom, onto that
Nice.
pillar, up here, on there,
Ooh, the hard version
and
too.
boom.
Nice.
Yeah,
And that's not as easy as it might look. That rope, it's not just you jump onto it and off of it. You actually have to wait until you start sliding to jump off, because otherwise you won't get the height and you won't jump off. So you have to wait just until you start sliding and then jump off as fast as possible so you can keep gaining height, which is honestly pretty tricky if you haven't practiced it.
and then this one can be a little tricky. It took me a while to get this one consistent, but we wait till like 40 bots, go up here, start spinning now, and then go down, and then we get an extra like jump, hover, and spin to get us across that gap.
You don't even actually have to kill those bots too. You can actually just run by them and kill the mine enemies, and they automatically count as being saved, which is a really cool time save. There's also two ways of doing that wall. I do a slightly different way, where I hold the charge beforehand and just do it when I get level with the floor. There's a bunch of different ways to time it.
Yeah, I really like that crash site though. That one's my favorite out of all of them that we go through.
It's really cool in terms of strats. Although it is
All right.
hard.
It is. It is. So we've gone through 4 nebulas now. One remains, but yeah, it's not going to be any cakewalk. This is where the hardest levels in the run rely, especially Jenny. Jenny can be can always be a nightmare for me.
These next couple
We'll see if
levels
it is today.
have like These next couple levels have hard parts. They aren't generally as hard as the last two galaxies, but they are still very hard, and there are plenty of tricks that you can fail and just lose a ton of time on. This level is notorious for just, you die, oh no. Gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we're just in this oasis and nothing scary will happen from here.
Hopefully. Hopefully I don't find a way to screw it up.
Oh,
I've surprised myself before.
no, we're just gonna rub this lamp and the finish line is gonna be there and we're gonna be done. It's easy.
Yeah, so easy. Oh no, this part I've definitely died on a lot before. These bunnies.
Yes, so am I. So am I. Okay, so I may have lied about that being the end of the level.
How dare you, Commander? How dare you lie to me?
You
Here's
dare
the hard
hide a
part.
Cuphead reference from me? It's in nature.
Oh, I am.
The bot. No, please not bot.
Yeah, I went a little bit too fast, too far. And the glob, God, I don't understand these glob enemies. They are the bane of my existence. Like how are their projectiles so like? It's like they have homing technology. I don't
They
know where
literally
it
do
is,
home.
but
They literally do home. It's actually kind of crazy. They lock on to where you are initially, and they do a lob to that direction. And as it gets closer to you, you can see it curling towards you slowly. Which is kind of creepy if it's far away. It's slowly coming at you.
yeah, I don't like it.
I do like how
We
you can
got
jump on their
the-
bullets, though.
Yeah. Oh, don't want to do you. Okay. So we have the dog power up. You may have noticed back again. Really cool to optimize the boost with this dog. But I'm mostly for consistency, so I don't worry about making sure every bit of my boosts are as short as they possibly could be. I'm gonna
Also-
be safe here.
Yeah, there's also generally in the ILs or in the in-game speedruns, we'll generally rebind our R2 to be R1 so that it takes less time to actually press. Ah, no! Which
Sad.
makes it faster to use the dog, but we're not going to do that mid-run here, so you have to get used to being slightly slower in R2. I mean, there are
Okay,
really
I'll
good
take-
runners that use R2, just keep that in mind, but
No.
no.
No. I don't know why. This point right here is always the point where I die on. Like, it doesn't matter if like just even taking like the safety strat of this little piece right here. I don't
This
know. There's something
windmill-
about this bot.
This windmill's the bane of my existence. I remember when
Yeah,
I
it's
was
like a
learning.
curse.
Yeah, I remember when I was learning it, I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure it out. I'd fail every time. And I think I messaged into Discord, and you were like, "Oh, there's a setup for you. You can do it. It's not that bad." And yeah, it's not. It's pretty hard.
Oh, how the turntables and the wheel spins.
Yeah. This is
is also-
a mini boss where if you die, you have to go back to the very beginning. So I really do not want to die. And by the beginning,
Sure.
I mean the beginning of this like boss fight.
It's like up to a minute of time loss.
Yeah.
The other bosses are a lot quicker. Like the Nidhogg we've killed pretty quick, but Jenny, there's only a certain speed that you can go, and that's the speed that we go.
But hey, I made it.
Yay!
Yay!
Of course, because you're good at what you do. Why you're here.
one of the best of what you do.
Exactly.
In fact, I would go so far as to say the second best at any percent. By
Yes.
Is there a reach? I don't know.
So, Commander, help me out here. So I have 81 bots. I'm on prison meal. Trying to remember if I actually do need Connor, because what, we get 7.
Yeah.
My brain ain't
This is what I
braining.
always forget. I'm gonna try and see. I think we were 1 behind in the 4th crash site, so I think we might need it. Just based off that, I don't think we got any extra bots since then. And if that is the case, then you're still 1 behind your PB.
No reason to complain about bonus bots from my perspective.
Yeah. True.
From your perspective, probably.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get it. I think 181 sounds correct to what I expect the bot count to be here, but yeah, it's a lot to... Please be enough, thank you.
Nice.
That one's a little tight.
Got so many shapes.
Alright. So, I'm gonna do this. Never mind, I'm not gonna do that. That enemy said no. So, I need to pick up this dynamite twice if I'm gonna go for Connor. So, I'm gonna start here, grab this again, and then quickly... Don't get too close. If you throw that explosive when you're too close to the wall, it does kill you. And I'm gonna do a cool little jump here that I've totally haven't practiced in like 5 months, but I pulled it off. Cool.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a small platform to jump off of too. Yeah. The benefit of getting what might be an extra bot, I don't think it is, but even if it is, you can always just skip a bot like at the end of the run.
That is true.
You gain some of the time back.
Someone in chat who I think is pretty good at Astro Bot is saying that they think you need it. So.
Okay, good.
Is that Cryo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Cryo.
How you can jump off of this tiny tip of this ornamental decor. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just barely gives you enough height.
Small.
Oh yeah, one thing we haven't talked about yet, surprisingly, is that ice speed is actually different from regular speed. So when you're on this ice, you keep this slightly faster speed until you touch something that's not ice. So generally, we just want to stay... We don't have to stay on the ice, but we want to not touch the not ice until as long as possible afterwards.
We have a cool little skip here for both parts of this, where we just go that way because it's quicker to get to the bounce pad. No need to go in a circle.
The game intends you to go alongside the wind and run away from it, but you can actually just go around. That glooper is annoying though. Is sometimes they'll just snipe you out of the air and you just frozen in an ice block and fall to your death.
I also like that we hit this bot before it falls down. There's like a whole animation of it falling down, but his hitbox is already there, so I'm just like, boop, get down here. Hey. That went well. Oh, one of my favorite speedrunning levels in this run is next. Luna Sola. This one's really fun. It has a really cool mechanic where it's like you basically change from night to day and it kind of like flips the level on its side every time you do it. It has some pretty cool like skips because of that.
There's so many cool skips, and a lot of them we don't even do at any percent because they're only good in an IL, or they're only good for a certain part of the level. It's just really, this is just a generally really fun level. There's also some really fun out of bounds too, in some of the sub areas, as well as just near the end of a level, which we won't get to in this run. But there's so many small areas that you can go to. I remember playing around with a bunch of people at the XP tournament in London. Just playing around, out of bounds, finding all these cool spots. We are gonna do a fun jump here. You're gonna try and get to the button from this invisible platform, and you just gotta hope that you jump from the right spot.
Enough. Yeah.
It's a full blind jump.
Oh, hold on. Let me. Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I said I missed that
cool
first jump, but this one right here, we gotta utilize the fact of spin edge guarding, like putting us as close to the edge as possible, and then boom, just enough to get a ledge guard to that other platform.
The reason we do that is normally when you get to a ledge, Astro will like wobble on it, like, oh no, I'm falling, and you'll lose your sprint speed. If you're doing a spin, it doesn't do that, so you can get as close as you can possibly get to the edge while keeping your speed for the jump. Cool.
Alright, and I got a bot animation skip there as well. Yeah, Lunasola has really cool tech that's exclusive to it. I wish we had like more Lunasola levels. I mean, that's what makes this game kind of great, is like it has so many power-ups or unique level ideas that are only used once. But at the same time, it's like I would love to have more like speedruns that just utilize the stuff we find with it.
Oh yeah, like I'd love a downside surprise like speedrun level with the mouse. Just like all the little like abuses that we found for the physics. Just make a level of that. That'd be cool. We have theorized there might be a way to ride one of the cows that get taken away to skip the part where this rope comes out. It's kind of hard. I don't think we've fully gotten it ready yet.
I haven't seen anyone even attempt it in like since it was like discovered. And people like tried it and instantly were like, yeah, I'm not I'm not gonna do it.
No, this is way too hard. And maybe
this is
not
like
even
something
possible.
that you might incorporate in like one of the ILs, or like if it was like a DLC level type of strat, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
someone
know.
would get it eventually.
I always mess up the jump with that chicken. You're supposed to be able to only do like one chicken jump up, but I don't know. Every time I come back here and practice it, it's like I somehow mess it up.
Pretty sure you can throw it before doing the chicken jump, but you have to be looking up at it. It's still pretty precise.
I think you're right. What am I doing? There we go.
There's a small little detail there where
We're
I
good.
save. Alright. That enemy will come jumping out at you regardless of if the platform's there. So if you just jump off into the distance, the enemy will still jump at you and just fall to its death. Just kind of funny. We're theorizing there might be a way to jump off the enemy's head to not have to kill that flower enemy at all, but so far I think it's impossible unless you find something else. This is honestly an underratedly hard level. I know some people are consistent at it, but there's a lot of tricks, especially like a bit further into this level. There's a really big one that I always fail. Even those missile toads, if you let go slightly too early, you then have to wait like 5 seconds for them to shoot again. Maybe longer. I'm gonna try and jump up over the top. Nice.
Okay, recovered my chicken boost. Yeah, that one's very tight. There's an invisible wall, so you can't just... We try and get high enough to recover our chicken boost. Sometimes you can get over, but yeah.
There's
we
a
can at
very
least
small
recover the
corner.
boost, it's good enough.
There's a very small corner space where you can reset your hover and you can use that to get back up. And if you don't get that, you're just falling to your death. It's pretty punishing.
I like this. Earlier this year we came up with a new strat here, which is just hover the enemy instead of having to wait for him to come to the platform and hit him in midair. The hover is always happening, so he just runs into it. Nice little. It does save like because you don't have to like jump from the platform. Because normally we would hit him as he gets to the platform. You can hit him at like the first possible time with the hover then. But yeah. This guy we can basically skip, like basically one hit him immediately. And
I just
not
got
even
that
do
one, by the
unlocked.
way. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm dead very quickly. Indeed.
Very dead, very quick.
We just unlocked them to death. Alright, time for another boss. This one, honestly, it's killed runs before, but it's not as hard as the last two. But it is still very hard and easy to die on.
I believe.
Yeah.
I believe you have the comm gold for this, don't you?
I do have the comm gold for this. Thank you very much. Yes, I have done it. I don't have anything to say. It's not a super interesting route in terms of skips. It's just a really fun to just go in a straight line as much as possible, cut these corners, get this chest boost.
I want to get the chest
and
boost.
kill the enemy as much as possible.
Oh,
there we go.
I got it.
Over the wall, yeah. A fun random fact is that you can
out of it, but go ahead.
You can do this whole area without the ability, but you just can't activate the boss. Sadly, you can get past all of this. You can do jumps on the side. You can skip this part. You can get up there. Unfortunately, you can't get into this volcano. Yeah, there's a couple strats for that area that I found that save like 2 seconds, but they're very risky, so people don't always go for them. And we're again going to be going for death abuse here. I believe they save around 2 to 3 seconds. Mainly just because they'll shoot a lot of rolling balls at you. Dying causes the balls to stop. Honestly, there's one very scary thing about this boss. At the very end, if you slightly mistime your attack, you'll just slide off the boss's head and just fall to your death and have to restart it. I lost a PB pace for that. I'll never forget it.
Yeah. Let's hope I don't find a way to somehow die and have to redo this fight at the end.
It would be right here, so. Oh,
yeah, last phase. Skip that. Take care of these guys. Get to the side. Oh, okay. So I will have to wait for this to go by. Now we can take this, and boom. Okay, should be good. Yeah, if you get like started at all on that last one, like you can't just like you can go straight for it if you're clean for the without like going into a ball before that last corkscrew, but yeah, if you mess up even slightly, a half second time loss, it's you should probably play it safe. That's how a lot of people can lose runs to this boss. Hey, look, it's time for a cool level.
We're going back. You're doing another Horizon run.
Yeah, I'm going back to Horizon. I've had enough of Astro Bot.
Run back?
Get tired of Astro.
Yeah, let's 4-hour run back. Let's do it.
I think our broadcast producer might not be thrilled with that idea.
So yes, this is the Horizon level. You know, this is our last special level. We get to play as Aloy, get our bow and arrow and everything. Cool strats with the bow to go really fast. Technically, it's doesn't really add too much new stuff, but you know, having the quick draw bow strats are really nice.
And in this level, since we've already fought the final boss, not the final boss, but the final boss that requires bots, we don't actually have to collect any of the bots. So unfortunately, all the Horizon friends are staying trapped.
Aww. I can't even say
It's
Frost.
Okay. No. Oh, it's okay. Aaron's having way too much fun with his new focus. And Rost is having fun at the farm with the dog, and what was that command you got?
At a farm upstate with Sarah and Joel and the dog that Ellie killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were finding a lot of characters going upstate recently.
It's a popular place. Nice vacation home.
Alright, we got a kind of auto-scrolly-ish thing here. I mean, you can still minimize the time loss here by shooting the missiles as fast as possible, but yeah, mostly an auto-splitter here. Or, yeah, auto-scroller. Auto-splitter.
There will be some cool stuff happening after.
Yes.
Very fun skip. I theorized it after realizing that there's a bridge similar to Hyrule Skip. I wasn't able to pull it off myself, and then Pico showed that it was indeed possible. And ever since, we've been doing it in runs, and it is very fun and very satisfying.
Yep. It's a Blundy skip, and I'm actually going to be doing a safe version of it that uses like slow-mo aiming, so if you're like ever wanting to try this, this is probably the way to start out to figuring it out. Also, if you start from this side of the turtle when those missiles launch and then run over here, they can't hit you. It's pretty nice.
I maintain that it would have been a cooler name to name it Stockfish Skip, because like you skip a blunder like in chess. But the Horizon community won out, so now it is Blundy Skip. This one is slightly easier than the higher skip one, so luckily it wasn't as changed by the update.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna redo it.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see.
Dying on it loses about 5 seconds, and then restarting is slightly more, but it's very similar.
That's not looking right. Oh. There we go.
Nice. I don't think I've ever seen that way of doing it.
Yeah,
cool.
Moxie showed me that one. Moxie knows everything.
I've gotten too used to the normal way. And there we go.
All right. So that's all 5 nebulas. Yeah. But wait, there's more. We have to, we have to repair this last PS5. We got to clean our panels, the side panels on the PS5, you know?
But
there's a fast clean strat here. Yeah, I'm going to have to try to do fast clean. I doubt I'm going to get it though. But essentially, well, let me focus on this, I guess.
We don't fully understand what causes it, but essentially if you hit the gloopers on the next panel at a certain order, at a certain speed, sometimes it will just fully allow it to be finished. Like, it will just finish way before it's actually done. Like, you'll notice there's paint all over it still, and it's like, yeah, it's clean.
That's clean!
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Whoa!
It's just like, yeah, that's
alive.
clean, you know? That's good
Yeah.
enough.
It's so
It's good
cool.
enough.
It,
Yeah,
game doesn't want to do
we
its
still don't
chores.
know how it works exactly. I've theorized a lot, but I feel like I'm like that always sunny kind of meme with Charlie with the whiteboard when it comes to this figuring out what makes the fast clean work. And I feel like I have dozens of things that I could say of what might make it work, but at the end of the day, I have absolutely no clue. But apparently I'm pretty consistent at it than most people at getting it.
You are, yeah. I mean, it's the type of thing that people will get like 10 times in a row and then will miss 10 times in a row and have no idea what they're doing different. You always gotta have some of that stuff in speedrunning. Time to set up the PS5. It's free.
Yay!
I love the little like hands that the claws do. Where it's like, come to me, come to me.
Yeah.
It's like a baby seeing their parent, like, ooh, the PS5.
Man, I like
Interesting
it.
relationship to have one. 201. You got the bonus bot.
Hey, we're overachievers.
Well, that means that we
Ooh.
did the correct amount of bots, because you always get Ailey at the end. So
Yep.
201 is normal. Even though you think, oh, you only need 200. It's time for
Game's the
another...
overachiever.
Yeah. It's time for another auto-scroller, except this auto-scroller has cool stuff now. It didn't used to have cool stuff. It has cool stuff now. I mean, it's still an auto-scroller. But we'll see. B-Dud has miraculously
It'll be fun for
figured
me
out-
since I
Yeah.
haven't really used this tech very often before.
Have you even done it on Play Squadron before?
I did it once earlier today.
Okay.
So basically, we'll do this,
yeah.
just open up the menu, then we just hold R2 while that PlayStation menu's up, and now we're firing like 5 times faster than what we normally do. So
You demolish everything like this. And
it'll still
especially
look
when you get
largely
later.
the same, but trust me, it does help a lot.
If you look at side by side between like the mini boss later in this level, especially this one, you kill it like twice as fast. It barely gets to attack you at all. There's also a
And
fun
I know
strategy
this guy
here where-
right here, I usually expect him to like move over like 4 times, and we'll get him right here on his 3rd time.
Already
Yeah.
done. There's also a cool strat there where you tilt the controller back. You can actually use I think that's the PS1 to block the shots and take the damage for you, so you actually don't get hit. It's another real cool thing. So you can just keep shooting. There is another mini boss later. We're gonna destroy it so fast. Just you wait. Coming up to Nebulax afterwards.
Even though this, for like the speed run, you know, it's mostly an auto scroller, this is such a cool section to just have at the end of the game. Just going through with all of our fellow robot creatures. It's so amazingly put together.
Mainly because this level is mostly an auto scorer. I mean, there are strats as he's shown to shoot fast, but everyone's gonna be shooting the exact same speed, no matter what they do. It's just using the same strat. This is the only level in the game that we do not have an IL for on the speedrun.com leaderboard. Technically, you could be saving like up to half a second, but it's such a minimal difference that the majority of runs are going to be very similar, so we didn't add it. You kill those enemies so fast.
Yeah.
Like normally they're driving around you and they're like, ooh, and you just get them before they even have a chance to spawn.
You can actually kill these guys on the PlayStation beforehand. It does actually save us a little bit of time. I missed 3 of them. But yeah, however many you can kill, or yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, that's about the only place that you can actually save time over someone else is using all the same strats, just by slightly better execution.
Oh, I gotta redo my thing. There we go. I guess because I go off it and back on, it's gotta be readjusted. Yeah, once you like take your finger off this, it goes back to the normal fire rate. So it also applies to if you get off the ship and have to get back on it. It is very satisfying seeing how fast those projectiles are moving in the shots.
Yeah.
I'm so used to, after playing this like 50 times or something, it's like satisfying to see something it actually worked differently.
Well, this is also something I forgot to say. This is something that does require motion controls, because for some reason when you do this trick, none of the buttons work other than the one that you're currently holding down. So you have to use the motion controls to tilt sideways. That's why if you use it, you can do it with every other ability. However, or not every other ability. You can do it with a lot of the other abilities. However, most of those you aren't using motion controls to move, so you're just stuck standing still. Which is what we do in Dude Raider.
Alright, we're at the end. We made through the Pew Pew section, and now we just have the big final boss left. So a few things about this boss. He'll spin a wheel and we'll basically get a random power-up from this. We want monkey, dog, and frog. And for the first 2, I just spam square, and it usually will give me the right, or yeah, magnet. What did I say? Not frog. We want magnet instead of frog. Yeah, magnet, dog, and monkey are the 3 fastest power-ups that we can get. But honestly, frog also goes pretty fast if we can get it. We just
Frog
don't
only
want...
loses a couple seconds.
Yeah, we just don't want balloon or
skull.
Spawn more enemies. Yeah.
The balloon is very slow. Like it'll lose you 25 seconds just by getting it once, if not more. Not even fully because of the balloon power-up. Just the attack takes forever, and there's no way to cancel it.
Go! Back and forth and back and forth. Easy. Do it again. It is a good final boss fight, culmination of everything, and using a lot of like boss power-ups that you utilized before.
Oh, yeah. It's really satisfying to have it all come together here at the end.
And last one, I have to time this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect.
All right, nice, nice.
Monkey. So monkey, this
will always
one.
try and cheat there. Continue.
This one can go really fast if you basically are trying to catch these out of midair. But it can be a little bit hard, and you can even die like that if you get a little bit too close. I got a little bit too close to the sun there, so wanting my time saved.
Jumping when you slam the hands to grab the balls is slightly more consistent, but it's still kind of tough.
And that's that. That's Nebulex down. Now we just have to have this final section to shoot all of the objects as he frantically tries to throw them at us in his last chance of survival.
It feels so epic to hit all of these, but apparently it doesn't even matter. You can just get hit by all of them, which is sad.
But it does save a little bit of time by shooting that last one as soon as possible. So
correct.
And defeating the most evilest creature.
Of course, the evilest creature must go down, and that is time.
GG.
Thank you. Oh, it's always a fun run to go through Astro Bots. Glad we got to go through this run, see all of our fun little bot creatures around.
And now in penance for not saving that starfish, Astro's gone. I'm sorry.
Yes, he's
He must
dead.
pay his dues. He must pay his dues.
Bye, Astro.
Oh, sorry. So sad. 07.
I always love like how much thought Team Asobi went through this. Like even their like logo here in the credits is just like a sad face. You'll see it here in a second. But it's like they really fooled us. Yeah, look at that.
That's so cool.
So sad.
So many super small details like that.
Yeah, but this is like, we don't include this part in the run. As a community, we decided to stop at the final end boss, which I think was, me personally, I think was a good choice decision. But technically there is interactability with putting together Astro's arms, which is always the same time. There's no way to make it faster, and yeah. And then of course you have the credits that you play through, but we've gone through the portion for any percent.
Yeah, we decided as a community to end it there. We put it to a vote of all the people that run the game. Generally, this one, honestly, any percent as a category for all games is kind of vague. Do you end it when it's the credits? Do you end it when it's the boss defeated? We decided to end it when the boss is defeated, just to cut out this last like couple minutes of mostly auto scroller here and then a quick final level.
Yep.
Technically post game.
I want to give some final shout outs. So the Astro Bot community, of course I want to shout you all out for being so awesome, and especially like everyone that's helped for the any percent runs throughout the year, helped it improve it, like Cryo and Moxie especially. Like I appreciate all your efforts to improving the 80% speed run. And I wasn't able to show off all of Moxie's strats today, but yeah, I'm glad to show a really close representation of what the 80% looks like today. And also just like everyone grinding out the new DLC that came out last week. I'm loving to see the grind. It's crazy that they had all 5 levels come out at once, but seeing everyone just like tackle it away is really impressive. But yeah, if like anyone's interested in seeing those network speedruns, I definitely recommend like checking them out, joining the Discord, and seeing like even sharing your time in the Discord too for the DLC runs if you're playing them this week or last week. But yeah, Commander, you have anything you want to add?
I think you put it perfectly. Yeah, just shout out to the community. We got an amazing community here. So many people willing to help if you're new. So many people just willing to look at what you've done. It's an awesome community that's very kind and awesome. That's all I have to say.
Awesome.
Enough said.
Well, y'all are also awesome for having been here. Definitely go check out BDad's stuff. I hope that y'all had a really fun time, just like I did. This was a wonderful little robot run. And you can stay tuned as we continue our SGDQ 2025 event replay after this. Tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for As Seen on